So in the worst thing that could have possibly came out of this situation, and Chennedy Carter has not only doubled down, she is now a tripled down on her, let's just say attack on Caitlin Clark. Chennedy Carter has officially been fired after her alleged assault on Caitlin Clark, and fans are asking the big question, is this the end of her career? Let's unpack the chaos, corruption, and incompetence that allowed this to happen in the first place. How on earth did Chennedy Carter stay in the league after this incident? Carter allegedly assaulted Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest stars the league has ever seen, and instead of accountability, the WNBA's response was silence. This league prides itself on being progressive. But let's be real, how progressive can you be when a player can commit such an act without any consequences? The regulations in place practically encouraged players to act out knowing they'll get a slap on the wrist. At best, where's the discipline, where's the integrity? The 6 seconds left on the clock in Chennedy Carter's eyes tell it all. How is it possible that a player can carry accessories like long nails and hair that might as well be classified as weapons? Remember when Dijon I. Carrington poked Caitlin Clark in the eye with those talon-like nails? The WNBA brushed it off since winter claws and eye gouging allowed on the court. It's not just the accessories, it's the league's culture of enabling bad behavior. Players like Carter know they can get away with just about anything because the WNBA has no spine when it comes to enforcing its rules, and now we've reached the boiling point where Carter's antics have forced the league into a corner. But let's not pretend this was just Carter's fault, it's the WNBA's failure to enforce basic standards of professionalism. Now let's talk about Carter herself after the incident with Clark. She didn't apologize, didn't show remorse. Oh no, she doubled down. Why? Because she knew she could. WNBA's history of letting players like her slide gave her all the confidence she needed to act untouchable. But here's the thing, taking a dump on Caitlin Clark is career suicide. Clark isn't just a player, she's a brand, a superstar who's carrying the league's image on her back. If you go after someone like her, you'd better have a spotless reputation and undeniable talent to back it up. Carter, she has neither. I feel like I'm just at the point where you accept it and don't retaliate, like, just let them hit you be what it is. Don't want to get inside your head and know it's coming. I think at this point, I know I'm going to take a couple hard shots a game. So now we have to ask, is this the end of Chennedy Carter's career? Let's be honest, it doesn't look good. The WNBA might be lenient on drama, but even they can't ignore the backlash this incident has caused. Fans are outraged, sponsors are watching, and the league's reputation is on the line. Here's the harsh truth: Carter had opportunities to fix her image. She could have apologized, taken responsibility, and moved on. Instead, she chose the path of arrogance and entitlement, and now she's paying the price. And let's not forget, the WNBA's already shaky fan base isn't exactly eager to support players who tarnish the league's credibility. But let's zoom out for a second. Carter's firing is just one symptom of a much larger problem. The WNBA's failure to enforce proper regulations and discipline has created an environment where incidents like this are inevitable, and has said she's going to do it again. Well, not necessarily said she's going to do it again, but as light tweets saying she should do it again. Which I'm not gonna lie, that looks like a threat. That looks like it's a threat to do it again. From Dijon I. Carrington's weaponized nails to Carter's blatant assault, it's clear that the league needs a serious overhaul. If the WNBA wants to be taken seriously as a professional organization, it's time to stop coddling players and start enforcing some real accountability. Because right now the league looks more like a soap opera than a legitimate sports organization. Caitlin Clark has endured the ultimate disrespect in the WNBA, from being poked in the eye by Dijon I. Carrington to being assaulted by Chennedy Carter. It's clear that some players have it out for her, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. Caitlin Clark is everything the WNBA desperately needs: a generational talent with a growing fan base, charisma, and a style of play that's downright electric. Meanwhile, some players seem more interested in taking her down than actually elevating the league. What's funny? The WNBA doesn't even seem to know how to handle this. For the first time in their history, they've got millions of eyes watching them. Fans who've never cared about women's basketball are suddenly tuning in, not just to see Caitlin Clark play, but also to call out the nonsense happening on the court. The WNBA has never had to deal with this kind of attention, and it shows. Instead of stepping up and setting an example of how professional basketball should be played, they're fumbling the bag. This isn't basketball, it's a circus, and the WNBA is looking like a league that's completely out of its depth. Let's be real, they didn't think they'd ever have to answer for letting this kind of behavior slide, but now the whole world is watching, and they're being exposed. The 6 seconds left on the clock, and Chennedy Carter's eyes tell it all. And let's not forget Chennedy Carter's role in all this. If Carter wanted to try out Taekwondo, she should have signed up for martial arts classes instead of bringing it to the basketball court, because let's face it, she wouldn't last long there either. Taekwondo requires discipline, or respect, and control, 3 things Carter clearly lacks. There's no line, I'm competing, I'm going to compete. I've already let you know I'm going to compete. If you're going to throw punches first, I'm going to compete. It's all love is basketball. This happens in the NBA. Actually, I'm focused on New York. Now I'm not really focused on that play anymore. It happened, okay? It's just a basketball. It just happened like it's over with. I don't know why we're dragging it, but we continue to drag a play that happened in a whole fourth quarter happened after that. The reality is Carter's antics on the court have nothing to do with competition and everything do with insecurity. Caitlin Clark has accomplished more in 1 year than Carter has in her entire career. Clark is out there breaking records, setting new standards, and redefining what it means to be a superstar. Meanwhile, Carter is busy making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Let's break this down in just 1 year. Caitlin Clark has led her team to historic victories, shattered records that most players could only dream of, and become a household name and the face of women's basketball. What has Chennedy Carter done? Well, besides stirring up drama, she's barely made a dent in the league. And maybe that's the real issue here. When you've been in the league for years and still can't match what a rookie like Caitlin Clark has achieved in 12 months, the jealousy starts to show. Carter's actions scream insecurity, plain and simple. Her 12th straight double-double. It's not a rookie record, not a Chicago record, it's an all-time record, and Carter comes down hard on Skylar Diggins-Smith. And she is slow to get up. So why is Caitlin Clark such a target? It's because she's everything players like Chennedy Carter wish they could be. Clark's talent is undeniable, her work ethic is unmatched, and her ability to captivate audiences is something the WNBA hasn't seen in decades, and the players who can't handle her success, they lash out, they throw cheap shots, both literally and figuratively. But here's the thing, no matter how much hate they throw her way, Caitlin Clark keeps rising above it. She's not just surviving in this hostile environment, she's thriving. And every time she steps on the court, she reminds the world why she's the future of basketball. I don't have any regrets with anything. I'm going to compete and play 100% hard no matter who it is, like I said, or who we're playing. No, I don't have any regrets. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching and subscribe my channel.